I'm fine. It was just a hard day at the lab.
The 3-micron tear in her hazmat suit. A human hair. Doctor who took everything and life could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Monsters out. Such a generic online coach thing to do. Sit at your desk at your laptop with my Monster Energy drink. 2 screens as well. Check this out. Double screen, double productivity, or something like that. Right, anyway, off season. I'm going to go through my entire off season from September the 15th right the way through to July 16th next year, which is also my brother's birthday. He'll be 30, I think. Anyway, the reason why I've gone kind of more into this off season than before is because I've never had an off season. I've never tried to grow. I've never actually tried to, spend a long period of time building muscle. And I'd say it's predominantly because of my job. So PTing for about 10 years, you become that person who helps people lose weight. So you're constantly showing people how to lose weight, and you're also doing it to yourself. Like, I'm never actually building any muscle because I've been training since I was about 19, 20. I put a picture up here when I started, 78 kilos. And then now, probably similar body fat levels, probably a little bit less, about 95. So I've potentially put on about 18 kilos of muscle in about 15 years, which doesn't sound like an awful lot. Well, that's because I never had a proper off season. Hence why I'm doing it now. Because one thing I fucking noticed, getting back into the competitive side of of things, I've got a lot of catching up to do. The feedback was generally, really good shape, good muscularity, good condition, all of that. Just lacking size on your legs and your back, which is most of my body. So yeah, I just need to grow. But bear in mind that my weak points are legs overall and my back, because I've tailored my workout routine to that. So let's get into it. I've split my off season up into 4 phases. Phase 1 is a 6-week rebound phase. So rather than just going from stage to fucking balls deep, eating loads of shit, taking all the D-bol and training the world, getting massive, that's not what I'm doing. I'm giving my body a bit of a break from all the fucking stimulants, all the orals, all the drugs. I allow myself to just rest and put much less stress on the body so I can absorb all this good, lovely food. Anyway, phase 1. Nutrition. Protein, 200 grams. Carbs, 450 grams. Fats, 90 grams. These are starting points. I'll start at this point. If I need to go up, I'll go up. If I need to go down, I'll go down. How do I know if I need to go up? If my weight goes down, basically. If I need to go back down, that's if my weight goes up too much. Supplements, I'll just go into it once because supplements. Multivitamin, omega-3s, creatine. Now drugs is going to be testosterone at 250 mg per week. So with the brand I'm going to be using, that just works out to 1 ml a week. And I'll split that into 2 shots per week. So half a ml on Monday, half a ml on Thursday. Growth is currently still 2 RU fasted. But from next week, which is week 2 of phase 1, I'll be doing 2 RU fasted and 2 RU pre-workout. T3, because I was on 3 T3 tabs per day leading up to the shows during the prep, I'm only on 2 tabs a day for this week. And then next week, 1 tab a day. Week after that, half a tab. Week after that, 0 tab. It's just tapering off the stuff that we don't need to do anymore safely. So that is phase 1. Now, phase 2. I can do that one, can't do that one. That finger just bends. Fucking weird finger. Okay, right. Phase 2. This is what I've called growth 1. Because it's where I'm trying to grow. 16 weeks. Protein, 220 grams. Carbs, 525. Fats, 105. You'll notice that's a slight increase from the previous phase, but not by much. Again, that is a starting point. I'll probably go up from that, depending on how things go, but realistically, me knowing my body, I'll probably burn through that quite quickly. So I'll probably be on slightly more than that. Now gear's a little bit different. I'm going to be running the test at slightly higher, just at 300 milligrams per week, 400 mg a week of Deca, and then 4 RU a day of growth, which is going to be 2 RU pre, 2 RU post workout. Phase 3. I have to apologise about my speech and why I'm still kind of like mumbly and slurry. I still have this shitty ulcer right on the back of my fucking tongue, and I've got a sore throat, so it hurts when I speak and it hurts when I move my mouth. It's very annoying. I'm actually currently sweating with how annoying it is. But anyway, phase 3. which is kind of like a cleanup phase, like a maintenance phase if you like, for 8 weeks. Now, nutrition, macro is going to be slightly lower than the previous phase because I'm not trying to push. I'm not trying to grow during this phase. Improve insulin sensitivity. So proteins at 210, carbs at 450, fats at 85. Gear is dropping down relatively low. Test E down to 200 mg a week, and then back onto the growth 2IU pre, 2IU post. I'm actually going to be altering how I dose my growth slightly. I'm only going to be taking the growth on the days that I'm training my weak points, which is 2 back days and 2 leg days. So 4 days a week I'm going to be using the growth, potentially a slightly higher dose, just because if I want that extra additional benefits that growth hormone is going to give me, then I'll do it on the days that I really need it for those, you know, specific muscle groups. So yeah, that 8 week cleanup phase is just a bit of like a just take your foot off the gas sort of thing, give your body a bit of a chance to recover and recuperate, go through any injuries you may have, you know, gone through in the previous phase. But yeah, just a bit of a chill phase if you like. And then phase 4, final growth push. It's only for 13 weeks. I might push it a little bit further, but it depends on my body fat. If my body fat's too high, I've got to rein it in. I won't be able to do it for so long. If my body fat stays low, I can keep going, because the only real reason you need to start prep early is if you're fat. If you're not, you can start it a little bit later. So hopefully I won't get fat, and I can keep pushing for this last growth phase. So phase 4, nutrition. 220 protein, 575 carbs, fats 105. Again, it's a starting point, but I am fairly certain those numbers will be higher when I come to it. Gear, test E, everything's relatively moderate. If you know me, you know I don't like loads of gear. I don't run, you know, not like these kids that do 2 minute train a week. Fucking crazy, mate. I'm not just plucking numbers out of my thin air, like, it's genuine. I know kids that are on a shit ton of gear, more gear than I would run in a cycle, and they still look shit. I'm not saying, you know, gear doesn't make you look shit or whatever, but if you're taking gear and your body is still, if you're still way out of shape, 30% body fat, and you're running 3-4 mil a week of whatever drugs you're using, it's just clear as day. You can't diet and you can't train, yet you're taking a shit ton of gear. You're fucking, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. You're not an idiot because you didn't know. You know, you don't know you're doing the wrong thing. I ain't being funny. You do know. You just don't care, and you wanting to go straight up to your steroid dealer and be like, what do I take? 4 mil. I'll have 4 mil then. You know damn well your steroid dealer is going to tell you that, because it's way more than what you need, and you know it's more than what you need. You're just taking it anyway because you've got, like, you know, when you're a kid, you don't care about your health. You don't care about when you're 50, 60 and your balls don't work anymore. It doesn't matter. But the reality is, this shit's going to catch up to you. And there's a reason why people say start off low. But, you know, we've all been kids. We were all kids one day, at one point. We know what it's like to get overexcited about things and not listen to the boring grown-ups, which I am now, apparently. This is fucking weird. Anyway, so phase 4, gear. I'm constantly going on tangents. I can't even fucking speak, man. It's fucking awesome. Right, test enanthate 300 mg per week. EQ is 600 mg per week. Growth is slightly higher, around 6 IU per day. When I see like 6 IU a day, I literally just count money, because growth is fucking expensive. 6 IU a day split, so 3 pre, 3 post. That might change, but I'm pretty certain that's what it's going to be. But yeah, that's all my phases in terms of nutrition and gear. Let me just tell you about the cost of stuff, because I think that's quite interesting. You can plan a cycle, but a big part of it is also the cost. Now, I've just gone through all the gear, so I'll just go over it again quickly. Phase 1, 6 weeks of 250 mg test a week and 4 IU a day growth. Phase 2, test E, 300 mg a week, DECA 400 mg a week, 4 IU of growth per day. Phase 3, 8 weeks, test E, 200 mg per week, growth 4 IU a day. Phase 4, test E, 300 mg, EQ 600 mg, growth 6 IU per day. Now, I've actually bought everything I need for this off season for this year, next year, whatever. So for the next, 10 months, that's cost me £1,500, just over £1,500. That's not with any discounts or anything like that. That's just the normal price. But it's all Adelphi stuff, and I like Adelphi stuff because Adelphi stuff is good stuff, so I like it. I used to have a mate, well, I wouldn't say a mate, a person who I knew. I don't really like him, but I knew him anyway. and the amount of shit he used to take, he was on. Just think of something you can take as a bodybuilder. He was on it. His physique did not look like he was on anything, but he was on ridiculous. I'm probably talking around the 5 gram a week mark, and he didn't look very good at all. He just didn't look good. He looked natty, basically. He looked like a natural lifter. Did not look like someone who took any drugs. But and you know, I remember he was saying it's really cheap. This is really cheap. You know, my mate gave me this for free as well. I'm like, I'm pretty certain all of your shit is fake. You're getting all your stuff cheap or free. It's fake. Anyway, that's that. Now, training wise, this is where the fun bit is. You might think that the drugs is the fun bit for me, but really the fun bit is the training. If it loads, it's going to load any time now. Just like it to load. Oh, it's not loading because it's a piece of shit. Yep, still not working. What a bag of shit this is. Everything's working apart from the 2 fucking notes that I actually need. This is a fucking piece of shit, this is. Stupid fucking piece of shit. Good news, my laptop works. Right, so my training I don't think is going to change throughout this the whole off season. So it's 5 days on, 2 days off, potentially 6 days on. Just depends how I feel. Day 1 is hamstrings and glutes. Day 2 is back thickness and lats. Day 3 chest and shoulders. Day 4 legs, which is quads and adductors. Day 5 back width and rear delts. Day 6 is either a rest or just like arms. I think I will do arms every other week. So some weeks I'm getting two days off, some weeks I'm getting 1, because I can't just not do any arms. You got to do something. So yeah, that's, I say it's not going to change. What am I doing today? Chest and shoulders today. So as I said, when I was on about doing the growth hormone on days that my weaknesses are, I will just do it on days, so 4 days of growth hormone. I'm going to be documenting all of this anyway, so it's not just me you can see, it's everyone else. So stay with the journey, guys. I gotta apologise, this video is pretty boring, but I'm not feeling 100%. As I say, my mouth it's just really inconvenient because it's sore here. I feel like I've got a bit of a toothache this side, but it's not like a toothache, it's just like an ache, and I got a really sore throat as well. And then for some reason I have the muscles here on the side of my jaw. They're very clicky, they're very kind of like tight all the time, so I can't open my mouth too much. And because I haven't opened my mouth very much because it's been so painful, it's kind of like, I need to stretch them out basically, I need to stretch my mouth. So yeah, I've got to apologise for that. Hopefully in a week or so I'll be back to my normal fucking gobby self. But yeah, that's my off season anyway. I think what I'll do a video every 2 weeks, just sort of like, it's not going to be off season, nothing else. It's going to be like, here's me, I'm currently in my off season, it's phase 1, week 3, I'm training this. So I'll put some training footage in, and I'll include a few more bits of my day, because my days are super interesting. Like for example, today I woke up, that is it. I'm going to end it here because I need to watch some more of my 600 pound life. I fucking love 600 pound life. I absolutely love it. Right, focus. Yeah, got a little bit more work to do for coaching. I could go into that again, but that's another video. I'll do that in the next one. I've got a bit of news to update you all with, but I'll promise I'll let you know in the next video because that is pretty fucking interesting. And also, by the time, well, this week I should have had my stage photos from the Midlands, so I can compare them to the 2 weeks prior at the Welsh. I know I was bigger, but I just want to see like how much bigger. But that's that. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which is not much, and be good.